Good day to our viewers. This is a boy, Dimete Babato. Bamaratam Barki Zumari. Today on our show, one of Motomo Motesa Tatam Mamilo, you are fan back to the community. These boys was thing why you are holding unbelievable in terms of football, in terms of sports itself. He goes by the name of Jabu, Lani, JabJabu7, Saleto. Rotman, how are you?
Ke mnate fela braka wena.
Ke mnate. A ka tsamaya ke le one as you all know, na le co-host yaka.
Yeah. Okay, friends, Frank Samuel Awiti. Yeah, re ka mo ka kwano re na le Rotman, re na le Rotman dilo. Rotman ya le super le hore ra itse mo ka si go na le World Cup.
Yeah.
World Cup so ke na kwa teng a re tshware le ya kwa e bona re nyaka di-ticket di tshwere di letsa ka tsona mela pele le go na le na ka mo go so
o re bona re le mo khaufa ya yona Rotman because of ona ba no ratumetse World Cup la re bolelang ka yona ile la botlhotlhe le rata so re le football fraternity ya Pretoria itself re nyoko itse hore bra Jabu ke mang who's JabJabu7 actually.
No, thanks, Khwense, and to the viewer staffra. Thanks, Loena, for hoster, and to all of you, the viewers. Maybe let me take back JabJabu. JabJabu, as we introduced, Jabulani Hlalethwa, full name, born, bred, and battered, Honamo Mamelodi, ke holetse mo D6. My mom comes from D6, so we stay there. But my parents were in Baviansport, the time Nzele correctional officer. But ke holetse in a family of football. By lor ba holetse mo Mamelodi. You'd know there's the late Collins Mapupa.
Yes.
Wa Benfica. That was my cousin brother.
Yeah.
So you can see where we
originated. I mean, so rest in peace. But Colin, yes.
Yeah. So ke hotse under Colin. Skolo kile mangolwane refenche technical, then left pursued my tertiary studies, go vets and University of Joburg. Then
if you have to know which course were you doing for vets?
I've done a lot. I've studied BA law. If I have to name all of them, but anyway, maybe to inspire some of the viewers. I've studied BA Law, Honours in Politics, a Masters in Commerce, Postgraduate in
I'm
in Labour Law, in Public Management. So yeah, I've done a lot around the field of law, politics, and administration.
Okay.
But I got involved in sports. Basically, in my first year,
I was about to ask for football. Like, for the love of football. Have you played football? Are you a former player growing up?
Not much. I grew up, as you can see now. I think the body has come back. But when I was young, I was a bit chubby. Yeah, Tafra would know. But I think I found myself Cabo 1991, 92. That's when I started a lot of sports. Road running was my first passion.
Yes.
Football or etc. But you know that was Kamumrawa, staff room or the challenging.
Yes.
But when I got to vets, I actually started playing football, what we call interfaculty football. 1993 to 95. So we played Lebo Robert Marawa. If you know Robert Marawa, the legendary Robert Marawa.
He was at Vetland.
Yeah, we actually played. Yes, we played in the same team. He was my center back. At that time, I was a goalkeeper. Then I went to defense, middle field. You name them. I've played almost every position.
Yeah, meaning I go
yeah.
Even
basketball. We played together basketball Tarop, so we played in the same team. Basketball, Lea soccer, we played in the same team.
Yeah.
So, but sports administration, I think why we are here, Kacheko, is because of my passion for sports administration.
Yes.
Where does JabJabu come from?
Yes.
When I was I happened to also love football administration. Then John Lathan, he was then the coach of Wits University. At that time, there's a guy in Zanna Namodiwane Bareke, Hendrik Olimajila.
Hendrik
Olimajila. Yeah, Onzo Namodiwane was playing for Wits. A good left back.
He played professionally for Mamelodi Sundowns?
No, he never played for Sundowns. That's another thing about Wits University football.
Yeah.
At our time, Wits didn't care whether you played professional or not.
Yeah.
He was playing interfaculty football. It's like Renar Lalago Mogol Nekera. A good scout out there because Nat.
Yes.
And he played lots of games for Wits University, but he never played for Sundowns. The only player in my era that was there was Simon Ramush. You'd recall Simon Ramush played for the Sundowns, development side, but then he went to Wits to study. When we were there, then he was co-opted to play for Wits Football Club. Then he also played Lerena interfaculty, but he spent most of his time playing with the professional team. So through that passion, under the guidance of John Lathan, Kastato Rata, football administration, organizer, interfaculty leagues, etc. That's where the passion started.
I'm about to ask when was Jabu born and how? What inspired?
JabJabu 2001, when the first tournament started, Solomon Mahlangu fields, go the 18 or the 17. We only had 2 fields at that time, 8 teams.
Yes.
Restart concept. Why restartile concept was because stato spana ka bo 98-99 majitelo re ntse ke practice le bona go pitching go east. They ba kopela hore ke ba rekele di cogs ke thuse here and there. Then I thought maybe this thing ikiliwane tlampalla. So let me bring other people, either as stakeholders, as sponsors, or people that have interest in community and Mamelodi and development. We started requesting for the donations. From 8 teams. The following year we had 12 teams. 2001. Yeah.
Yes.
And today proudly
24 years old.
Yeah, 24 years later, last year we hosted 94 teams in total, from the under 13 to the masters section.
So, now JabJabu7 is 24 years old this year. So from 2001 to 2025 this year, a lot has changed, I suppose, through the sponsor, through the team that are there, now the team that are outside Mamelodi. What can you say about JabJabu?
Yeah, there's a lot that has changed. There's a lot that has changed since the restart this thing. And if you can find chance, like restartile le team tsa mo Mamelodi fela, tse 8 tsa mo Mamelodi. You know, then hence re hola ra tsensa corporate teams, and at some stage the 50-50 corporate teams le social teams. But tagatsaka, because le nanzeke dlala that time, hence tagatsaka re fitla go bo age 30-32, then we realize, hey, we can no longer play. Right, introduce a section at the masters. Then the masters had more teams than the senior teams. That was a funny part of it. Then
like masters, they were the ones more want to play.
Yeah, because it was my age group, and people identify normally the originator concept, etc.
Which is you.
But then we had to go back to the drawing board and say, how can we grow this thing? I mean, my age group, about 50-55, abasanya kodlala ball and all those things. What is it that we do? Then we started introducing the juniors. so that the tournament can be sustainable, because we know at some stage lefatshe le rolishia whether wa rata or rate rolaelana pila, but her laelana that's why now we've got under 13, under 15, under 17, under 19. Then when they graduate, they play into the senior teams. Then from the senior teams, we know they can play from age 20 until they get to 33. So we're talking about 13 years that we give them. Bakono graduate into the masters. Then from there, from masters, they'll play forever as well. So the machinery is there, and what Rekonoba Sustainable Happy, we started what we call 7 Sports Development Foundation, which is the one that is actually looking after JabJabu7, so that like it's a mile one day, but the trustees 7 Sports will be able to push the tournament. It's open. Yeah, there'll always be JabJabu7 1 May every year. Yeah.
It will never change.
It will never change. Yeah.
7 Sports
Development Foundation. We also have a website. You can go to our website, 7 Sports DF, 7-year number sportsdf.co.za. Check that. You'll see the background of the tournament, and those who want to register as well, the electronic form gonna the days well or register. No. Or link to that registration then you do the registration fee honamo. Yeah, get dilodum nat.
So Hortman, give a second to 24 years. Could you put some more? Ka 2 years ya mathomo ko mathomong ko tla ko morao o thomileng ka yona ke di challenges tse di bileng teng ka itse di challenges di kono ba
even in this 24th year o santsa no na di challenges where it's a tournament. The biggest challenge ke one ke ko credit sponsorships. Right, so and what is important under your 7 Sports as well, we guide by the tournament in terms of how to approach the sponsors and all that, so that you don't have challenges.
I was about to ask you, how do you get a sponsor?
Yeah, look, sponsors, they look at a number of things before they put their money in any project. One is that whatever project that you are enrolling, is it aligned to their business objectives?
Yes.
Or not? Let me give you an example. Nageleng Jabulan Shaletwa, I work for a financial sector regulator full time. So that means my values as well and the values of the foundation are very clear. I cannot go and seek sponsorship from the company or the regulator company. Like financial services. That's why I wanna go tournamenting. I wanna company one year financial services, Eloria sponsor. Because it's very important. It's very important because I cannot be seen to be benefiting from the industry or naga supervisor. So that means I must go and find institutions but it also challenges me personally, or I must grow my social capital. That's why when I need events outside Kasikaya, I meet new people. I talk to people, try and understand what they do. And by Lore, some of them, they know me, they've got companies. Then retrio align in terms of how can their companies benefit from being associated with brand JabJabu or 7 Sports. And Ratusana. Most companies abana vehicles still already they can plow back into the communities. Then they would sponsor JabJabu7 as part of their way of giving back to the community. So it's very important ore honyaka sponsor ulebele reflect as well. Sometimes unandichomi tselore you find when on an urbana chelete. Yes, banan chelete, but
you were saying Ratman about the challenges that you were facing in getting sponsors and but what to sing for the tournament. What challenges are you facing?
Yeah, as I've indicated already, the sponsors di batla line le a value or a proposition e lo re tsamaisana le company ya bona.
Yes.
Abanyake conflict of interest. Secondly, ba etsa due diligence ka motho re ba o file tšhelete ya bona o eja or o e berekisetsa ntho ena. You must be trustworthy. And they look at a number of things. Their company, is it aligned to the pushing as an event organizer or not?
Okay.
You know, and that is very important. Lerena as 7 Sports JabJabu7 rates about. Here let us sponsor a level sponsor say, is it aligned to project?
Yes.
And look, if I can just say, our purpose is to ensure one that we provide opportunities to youngsters and unemployed people around Mamelodi to showcase their talent.
Because on that day, sure, many people are employed.
Yeah, we employ around about 120 people as casual laborers on the day, and before that, about 20 people by Lorana Lebona towards the tournament. But we also work with the local football association in terms of the referees development, where we provide them with an opportunity. They give us the referees, we give them a stipend for the day, and we teach them the Rooster 7-a-side, etc. And most of these referees are very young, and they experience challenges of revving games where there are seniors, and it can be very fiscal. But they have to stand their authority, and it builds them as people. Into the professional referees, then they have seen it all. Because the tournament, there's always a stake at hand. And Monaning Chelete, it's all about energy at a different level.
Under 15, under 19.
Can you win the
Under 15, under 19.
I mean,
2019, under 15, under 19.
you know, Juju Mbuyana sadlala Juice Ben FC.
Yes.
To go this tournament. Just imagine go pitching go East. What George Libes. A lot of players have played.
Who went and turned professional.
Yes. They've graced this tournament. And that's why we're proud. Hence, we former professional players.
Even though he's not playing water and have a good time.
Sometimes let's honor the pros. There was a year where about 8-10 Sundowns FC players, but they were invited by one of our partners, Mahodis. Game, and it was so nice to have Bomshishi. But the photo etc.
Yes.
So, Hortman, Arikamuta ya registration on ya tournament. The team disability so Hordika, Dika Kaja register or Bakoro Sameka, and then Kibulala Le Horumaho. Karungahomulo Pelor Saratin to him, Cholabam Nati.
The team is Anthony. We said from beginning of April, registrations. Actually, it was beginning of March. Registrations until end of, not end, 20th of March. Then from the 20th of March, first come, first serve basis. So basically, whoever registers fully the 20th April, then they get what we call the goodies. I won't mention or kidding, but they will get. So we'll give the teams that are fully registered by the 20th a goodie from us and the sponsors. Then thereafter, on a first come first serve basis, because we know most of our social teams. Some people bahola gadi 25, babang gadi 30. But what we are encouraging people, Kore, Retsarise something so that there is a space.
Yeah.
for-
It's a hore aye.
I got Mulo,
I
I
got
got
Mulo.
I got Jaguar
Yeah.
first time, first come, first serve.
Ke first come first serve, and now it's easy to register. As a bullet, if you want to register, you go our website 7sportsdf.co.za. We are under registration or register a team ya how lord which category you want to play in. Then if it's out deposit either half of the money or a quarter, then the balance fell like at the 20.
Ke bokae balance?
No, where balance will depend on
Which?
When I register, I go to
category.
Okay.
Yeah.
But can you please kindly tell us from under 13 to under 15, 17, 19, Open and Masters, the prices
Yeah, let's start getting registration fees. I think it's easy.
it's easy registration.
The registration fee. For masters and seniors, registration fee is 2,100.
Yes.
First prize, those two categories. That's one.
Yeah.
24,000 for first prize. So basically,
One
if
day.
you go the masters or go the seniors win 24,000.
One day tournament.
One day fair.
Then
For one day.
Then second prize it's just over 10,000. So it's just over 10,000.
Roughly
So
11 or so.
yeah, roughly 11, but the prices are confirmed on the registration forms.
Yeah.
There's too many numbers, that's why
Yeah.
Then also the losing semi-finalists, they also get something back. So they'll get about 2.6 back each of the teams. Then we go to the under 19. Under 19 registration is 1.2. Then registration now is just over 5,000 rands. Then Leona Honani second prize and the semi-finalist. Then go the under 13 to under 15 registration fee ke 1,100. Then let's already need the different price categories. You know, for the junior teams, we normally don't say prices publicly because they are not meant to play for money. So they're meant to get a present back. So we'll give them equivalent. But in each of those categories, prize money combinedly for those categories, it will be close to about 9,000 each in each of the categories.
Yeah. So, JabJabu, you're working hand to hand with Malfa, Mamelodi Football Association, right?
Correct.
So, Mamelodi Football Association itself, ke believe ga ina sponsor. Ke believe ga there are some of the things are not changing in there. Because I've been playing for Malfa League for the rest of my life, if I can remember. So I don't know what's really happening there inside. According to you, is there any change that's happening from 10 years back?
I'm not here to criticize Malfa. So I think we need to respect Malfa as an institution, as a brand.
Yes.
Malfa is an affiliate of the South African Football Association. There are statutes that guides how the association needs to be run. But one thing that I can educate the public is that it is a registered public benefit organization, meaning that it's not a profit-making institution. It relies on sponsors.
Yes.
And it is actually appealing to business in Mamelodi or those that are influential to assist them with finding sponsors. There's a lot of players that have played in Malfa structures. Some are very affluent, some are business people, etc. They are calling on all of you to come and plow back whatever that you can. Go Mamelodi. Malfa has got formal structure. There's a committee that's running. It just needs volunteers to assist in ensuring the association it's liquid, it's sustainable. I cannot necessarily say there's something wrong with Malfa. There's nothing wrong with Malfa. What's wrong It's our society attitude towards structures like Malfa.
Well said, Hortman.
Yeah.
Well said.
It's our society attitude towards Malfa or sports under general.
Yes.
And let me give you an example. If you look at the fields that are available, they have been turned into multi-purpose fields.
Yes.
On any festival, people host it, go to ground ball. But without looking at the damage that is being done to those fields or upkeeping. What would have been nice is that people that do events in those structures also take something out of their profits and donate at least something towards the upkeeping of the fields. If you don't want to pay money into a Malfa account, you can at any point get a service provider, or do an irrigation fielding. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't trust the association, you can always plow back into it. You know? So, but I also want to challenge the parents, or most of us, outing, wana we look at the ground, about 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, when I go spanning, one of the bolo, high, or sharp, and now, or reka sauce reka, Olivetor Manola, Timia Lala. I know 500 rand, you affiliate go Malfa.
Yeah.
Because to affiliate go Malfa annually, it's about 500 rands.
Yes.
And these teams are struggling because most of the people that are running the teams to Malfa are pensioners. And you don't expect those people to take their last pension, but or 60.
Yes.
So that's why I get Reina as community. We need to take a retrospective, challenge and say, what is it that we want to do for sports in our society?
Yes, yes.
And I'm not saying I'm doing it better than any other person. No. Not a contribution that I'm making towards Malfa. I think everybody can see it. Every year I do donate money to Malfa. I don't have a kid that plays in Malfa.
Yes.
But my spirit and my roots are in Malfa.
Yeah.
Because it's a structure that I want to see growing.
Yes.
And we will continue supporting Malfa in whatever format that we can as 7 sports. And where we can, I've seen now both Lalisa Moyeni,
Yes,
which it's you know,
it's a great initiative.
Very great initiative.
Very.
And it's very important.
Yeah.
It shows
Lalisa.
it just shows the brand Malfa Hola, because if you can that is that are involved. It just shows it's taking a team Malfa to another level.
Yeah.
And I've got no doubt very soon you're gonna see a lot of foundations around Mamelodi the plower back.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what, Nagele, a former player, and today concept I wanna see change in terms of many people coming from Mamelodi becoming household names in professional football of South Africa, or even Europe. We don't have many players that are born and bred currently who are playing professional football in PSL currently, who are representing Bafana Bafana currently. Only 1, 2, 3 players whom some of them are not currently playing at their teams. So as a football fanatic, I'd like to know, what can we fix there? What are they doing wrong according to you when they go there? Or why don't we have so many players that are playing professional football coming from our township?
Yeah, another problem. A problem,
Again, a problem.
The basics, man. It's purely basics, and I can start at the grassroots level.
Yes.
You look at the schools around Mamelodi, right? So because football starts at school.
Yes.
Right. So most of the schools, they've got backfield. And most of the backfields, there's no grass.
Unplayable.
They are unplayable. So it starts coming, got the parents that's sending that child to the school.
Yes.
You don't want to pay school fees. You don't want to pay for the services. It's fine. Don't pay it because we all think government has got money to pay for these things. It's fine. Maro isangwana ko tropong ba charge 2.4 every month. Why pay? Margo Mamelodi ka se pay. So that's number one. Ngwana ola hana ground adlalang ko yona ko Mamelodi. Wa motseya o dlala team ya mokasi whether ke dondolo or ke dlalisa moyeng. O ya ko practice a guy. All these teams, some location, but practice a central.
Yes.
There's about 3 or 4 fields around Mamelodi where they. Far east, there's one field that I know of. Kiko pitching, there's a field where teams practice. Then Keretabile, which and all these 3 fields that I've mentioned. Besides. Go extension, I think extension 4 or whatever. Extension 5, that one at least it's playable.
Yeah.
But
extension 5 is playable. Stanza.
Yeah, pitch is not playable. Right? Then Leamo East, it's not playable. Retabile, it's not playable. Then Otlako Central, Oyako Central, I was there this past Sunday. Oka dripper legi di vaga biki. You know, oka dripper ke di vaga biki, but on any pothole
in a field of play.
In the field of play, and Central on its own, if I'm not wrong, the last count that I made was that daily there's about 850 to 900 kids that are practicing every day go Central.
Yes.
So that pitch will never be rehabilitated. Because from 2 o'clock kidi kolo dia dlala, 5 o'clock kidi team dia dlala until 7 o'clock. And if I honor the weekend games and all those things, kidi party go Central. Then we are Mokol Neck. Mokol Neck, at least there's 2 fields that I think are playable. The 3rd and 4th field are not playable. And the one that's playable go Mokol Neck is reserved for Motsepe League or go ABC. So that's the challenge that we're facing. The biggest enemy of why we don't have players coming from Mamelodi turning pro is because of us as the society, as parents, as the community of Mamelodi, because we tend not to look after our facilities.
Yes.
If we can change our mind towards these facilities and say, let's have maybe an initiative that is meant to put irrigation system go Central.
Yes.
Central for 2 months, so Saldadiwa football. And we missed an opportunity now. We could have done this December and January because there was no
tournament. There was no
and now the Pula Diana, Greenela, but if we have done that, because we don't have alternatives. Kirileng, the coal, Hunandi ground, to say the inch. Say, Lord, they are not used. Come on, Raware, Hunani Jake Kan, Hunani field. It's about, you know, you
a
can.
Very huge one.
You can turn that space into a multi-purpose. But it needs somebody to invest in it. What I like. Now, you have industries around Unanibo Fort and a lot of companies around Mamelodi who can be approached to and assist to rehabilitate this type of facilities. You know, most of these institutions, they're focusing on old age homes, etc., etc. But the reality here is that sustainability of our sports is rehabilitate the fields. But when I was told there was multi-purpose fields go east. Koretabile guy regile ground or regile net. Yeah, I can do it with
Stereotype of a
somebody.
black man, man.
You know, stereotype.
And go see
Stereotype
na
of a
go
black
le
man. All le rena hape ha.
Go bona flop go go see
Government I really see. It's government I really see. Ah, Joe, we tend not to look at the
no
black
what you know
picture.
pala le eng na pala ba khiela bona ba khiela phala go grown tsela a no motsharo o tle no tsena tshile le bishu gona le go bula furuna le go tsela ke ga batho ka mola ba nya go roba ka makhani ka makhamisi ba lwa le security ka mola ke di ground tsa rena eng ngwa ha wa bolela a ka ha ni mare ke frita ka mora tswalla
O Jimmy. All le.
a ke bana le matha bile ba tsama ke banna ba tipulela kwa o se ba pitse ba ma traffic ba tlile da a no semna
So those are the challenges that we're having. Our mindset. We just need to change our mindset.
Yeah.
But ke boletse gare hona ndi field tse dintsi around Mamelodi. You can if you drive around go baletse jeke kan uptown. I think there's 1 or 2 fields that are available, not used, etc.
To the community of Mamelodi, la kono mutla barajabu da so re ntshetsa tsona di ground tse di nyaka rena re le community ya Mamelodi. We need to stand up re lokise da for the upcoming ba batlang ka bola grassroots na le mfano mongwa 5 years 6 years old tsantsa kre mola ha thoma ha o dlala a kre gore a go shaponyana go lokile ona aska blima ground too. So barajabu your tournament in a plus minus 24 years old. Many people tried making tournaments. Mukasi, ditile, some media wafta where they were never consistent. Like there was never a JabJabu since it home.
Besides the COVID years.
Yeah, besides the COVID years.
Yeah.
Well, this is so there were many tournaments. First of all, national tournament 2 years back at December. There was no tournament. December, this tournament, Mamelodi, there was no tournament. Township did the tournament. People, but really, you Mamelodi by the tournament in city, which is the national tournament, arena, usually at December, but never snayo. How do you maintain and sustain?
Yeah, it takes a lot of focus, vision as well. JabJabu7 is not just a one-day tournament, it's a movement. We've built a movement through affiliates and besides the 20 people that I've talked about, or Babaraka Lerena, there's lots of other people, Botafrashi, Babateng as well. Are only anyone. We work with anyone that wants to associate with a brand, but we provide leadership. If you want to be involved with us, we've got very strict rules, and people listen to the vision, and they work around the vision of where we're heading. The most important thing is not to be greedy, as I've said, is to be sustainable as well. When you get a sponsorship, 100,000, why do you take all the money and put into the prize money? 1 year, what are you going to use for next year?
Yes.
It's like somebody that's eating a hand to mouth.
Yes.
If you get sponsorships 100,000, prize money how should be at least 50,000 or 60,000.
Yeah.
But not forgetting you've got referees that you must pay and all other costs. Then you leave something for the following year.
Yeah. To start from there.
Yes. So that next year, hey, you cost 100, you need 20 every shilling or 30 every shilling from
your
last
balance.
year. All start a tournament, there's marketing, etc. So, lady, etc. So, we overkiss that challenge.
And when you come to Mung, now we come out and what is say, Chanaku.
Yeah. Lino gets and someone gets and some. Because it's never enough for the sponsors. Because in Garganyaka about 120, whatever 200. Something very high, but very something.
Thank you. Thank you.
So that's why you never find people very JabJabu or we make sure within 24 hours.
It's like a pay.
Never.
Also, pula tenera na sa rega ngashay. Regrile ka pay la tenera. Diabu ko mafia se taso.
Aina politi.
You know?
E ka pay.
So because that's the vision that you want. With a 7 aside this year, assume, and I'm just saying hypothetically, assume your total cost to get 200, so the prize money is give 110. You still have to pay the referees, you have to pay. So use affiliation fees as well.
Yeah.
Then the vendors so bakopela something. Bakopela something just so the ground will be clean.
Yeah.
Then ushiela for next year, because next year you might not get. Some of the sponsors don't come back. Remember, every year you must go write a proposal.
Yes.
There's no guarantees in this, because Kadi social tournament, nobody signs a long-term contract. It's a year-on-year, and the companies look at their financial position. Every end of March, by level or have they made money? Can they donate something towards an initiative?
Yeah.
Then they decide. If this year will feel 50,000, next year will offer 30 or 20. So you can't. Then we're not any commitment. They like still pay the price money. It's about 100,000.
Yeah.
So finally, that's where sometimes okay, more tata as a person, you can say something together with the sponsors. This is what we are doing for our own community, and that fulfills me. It's not because of anything. No, I'm not rich, etc. Gaspana like any other person, but I make sure I manage what I can do and what I can't do.
Okay. I don't know if you remember, there was this tournament. It was a Drucon or a I don't remember, but there was this guy Money Mayweather Mithulu Hopul. Now I got treasury in the treasurer tournament or something like that. But on Sazak, around Sazaga, but we met the Saga tournament.
Legajuk.
Oh, tell them agree. I was to Central in the final. I go branching. I withdraw Zaki. Let's answer Central, but we met the Saga final. I'm not excited.
That's another problem. Gone are the days more tournament did raniwaga cash go groundong. Forget it. Lega JabJabu7 screen cash go groundong. So yeah, tournament kamko utsensitseng wa affiliate dileng ke kamko grand and our motto le PSL teams I win 8 million ka jego ba eja ka jego. So only owner ya team. He team ya we win. When I transfer bane le chelete lore una new in your reserves for Tabisa the team would patela a day 2 days after the tournament. You know, happy user electronic transfer.
Yes.
You know, because that improves safety as well. Imagine it's 100,000 ground or
come over very taba charapo.
So you've been around. You have not much. Your children are the boys.
Young boys, yes. I've got 3 boys.
Are they play?
No, Kidich's boys.
Competition, thank you.
Mariana first time.
Baba decide or hockey, same thing.
Why did I Yeah. Go dream team. Yeah, and I almost got inside the insona say. Yeah.
So no go king good guy.
Yeah, so who decide from one spot to the other. So whatever says because
Jago full 3.
Yeah, but we master most. I know challenge majita ka di Sunday ka ba bona ke ba bang ba sa le go nnanzekele 10 years gore ka magala mara motho a improve
I improve in next
ke a bona JabJabu7 e brotanyana hona bano it's in ka mo Masters. There was a tournament in when it last Flaga Masters League. There was a tournament. JabJabu7 maybe got to compete tournament. I don't know what was happening.
Yeah, it was our second year sponsorship where my Flaga Masters, most of them kiddy proteges the JabJabu7. So Bankope Zore when the league ends. Yeah, Flaga Master, so finally league the seniors. Under the brand JabJabu, and because I think they believe in what we deliver.
Yes.
And I don't want to blow my own horn or blow horn near 7 Sports, but those of you that have been there, I think it's 2 years now. Last year, a year before last year, but that other year, go Mokulnek.
Yeah.
And Lona, we said we're limiting the prices to the first year it was 7,000. So the second year, which was last year, on we spent about 60,000 around running that entire tournament. But we're not saying this year also 60,000. We are where we got the funds and all those things. But we don't give money back to the teams. They win the soccer jerseys,
the prizes,
kids soccer jerseys. But we also make sure the teams, when they come, kunani order. You might have seen most of the tournaments 30 days. All the teams will get water. We make sure the aesthetics go grounding order as well. The bench, etc.
And overall, a shapunyano, utwa re ka di prices ka di jersey dilo mama. Wa itse re mo hona le ntšhelete a mnate ba ragana lo ragana game setting a di saba mnate di game di a ema ho alwewa a ke re hona le zaka but prices o molo mo tlo dlala a phuthulile itse gore e re winela team ya re
ke di Masters either way. I believe what Masters plus minus 35 plus so currently what obviously they are members so it's better to invest to fair than believe like because but 35 years or for 50,000
and ke sebaka sing from ke sebaka ntsa
No, go the over 35 are we don't believe in that. Our aim is to develop sports.
Yes.
Because but if you give a person infrastructure, they can use it for many years. It's all about sustainability.
That's
all about sustainability.
I feel you. So, and we join him chilling at home with #Zumari on this show. I don't know how about it, Brajago. You've been around the tournament. You know these players. You know them very well. I don't know about it. How many players did you play of the tournament? Many of them.
Besides play of the tournament, I don't know about it.
So when and I'm gonna be about to ski me got to confirm your best 11. Your mommy know the best ever 11. All age groups. All age groups.
Look, I must be honest. I used to have a team called Amazing Team.
Amazing, yeah, I remember Amazing. Yeah, Amazing.
We had, I was the chairperson of Amazing Team.
Amazing Salazar Peach. Yeah, Peach Kabum Benje.
Then I knew players.
Yeah,
I knew players because I had time. You know, scout. I borrowed the best players.
Yeah.
The player go Wheatbank. Kilata players go Mahaman Skral at Ridgeville. Bambino Baba Statilo Zalagon. Bambino Nzatla taxi. taxi na metse ba re tshwantse tlale na o shota batho ba 7 ke botsa taxi driver ke re taxi tletse man motho mathomo folwanga mara khumbi ke bambini ba motlisa go pitching ba mo deliver then ke mo fe chelete a taxi driver
actually spane bila bitla mo
bambino
a tshune spane the following day taxi driver la yo emela bambino hape because why o tsore tender ya beke so bo tabo chicha bo mashia badlala ka tsheko mo. There's a lot of players that I discovered
can you raffle them over 11
ke tlo etsa 11 but singa ka tshoko ntswere off but there's lots of them. I mean there's a lot of even some of the late players bo Joas Magoleho bo Letsena Petla, they played quite amazing team. Some they're still alive. Marumo Ditebe, you know, the best ever goalkeeper I've played for my team was Marumo
Ditebe. Shout out Redbird
Grootman Ekolo. So that goalkeeper marshaled his defense. I mean, that was the first time Kiwana repress up to halfway line as an attacking team because you had Marumo in the post. He commanded the 18 area box. You know, there's a lot of them. It's just that I can't mention all their names out of my head, but I'm very proud to have been associated.
Who's your all-time favorite central midfield?
Letsena Petla.
Shout out Letsena Petla.
The late Mudimwa ball. That's a ball.
And if you want a goal, you want a goal. Ke JabJabu mula ke JabJabu7 mula. Last minute last minute. Hona le motho mo moano wa itse re tshodi mena ka tshonno montsha or korela ke mangweno ga yanga ena
Caleb Maestro. So that's another story ka Caleb. Caleb I think I'm introduced to more football in Mamelodi. You know, when I met Caleb re dlala ko Caledonian Stadium. Ke dlala opposition, so and he had to duty or angmage. Ke bola ke fisa mo medleleng
o le mo go
inside 45 drive from center line. Caleb because an animal tomatele outpace. So I signed him on the spot. Ka motsa ka re exe wena o tlo dlala go teaming ya ka ro reng kere a o dlala le nna social so marka sign am fa lebitso la hae. And I'm talking here close to 20 years back.
Still playing, and you are not playing.
And I'm the chairperson. So guys, don't but sense about that.
Not about me.
Go fighters. Go fighters.
Go fighters.
So, Brother Jabu, your last words, to a player or to somebody who wants to be in admin or be a professional, turn football into professional soccer player or any sport turning professional. Wise words to him. What can you say?
They need to be focused, organized, have a vision. Those that are in the admin side of things, you know, administering sports is like project management. First, you need to know what you want to achieve. Secondly, you have to cost it and say, this is how much it's going to cost me. Segment all the departments. If you administer a sports, from venue, prize money, the medals, prizes, smaller things, that's on a level for the officials and all those things. You need to know how much it's going to cost you. Also, football is beyond the prices. There's outside things, insurance. You know, you can't have an event without insurance for your event because if there's any fatality, you know, you have to pay public liability. Medical aid services or medical services. You know, you have to ensure that you get an ambulance services on the field. You know, you have to be organized. Los na zaga baro werka ka low budget. If werka ka low budget, but the aesthetics, as in the display product we launching ilipila. people who think there's money and down you have to organize.
Yeah.
But also have loyal people that believe in your product working for you. Not but well or but some people but etc. So but you need to sift and make sure but for sports people on the sports side, if you want to be 10 pro, I think lifestyle is very important. You don't have to be educated to play professional, but your lifestyle is very important. How you nourish yourself, as in Dijozo Dijang.
Yes.
Making sure that you train, but when you train, you must train balanced training. You can't always do cardio, you know, you tend to make so functional, drill,
dynamic,
and all those things. Then you must sleep properly. You know, sports people need to rest.
Yeah.
Not only 8 hours. You must sleep over 9 hours, 10 hours. So that your body can recover.
Yeah.
Then after training, you must know which recovery programs you must do. You know, if you're in the facilities, you can know the ice bathing, etc. But if you don't have those, you can have your own homemade ice bath. You know, just to
it's very important as well.
To a recovery mode.
Yeah.
You know, but don't live a rushed lifestyle. You know, I don't want to say. Lifestyle, but sometimes one is sleeping late. But if you sleep late and your body doesn't recover fully, it's bad lifestyle.
Because they say enough rest is part of exercise, right?
Joe, you have to nourish properly as well. Have balanced diet. And know if you are weak or thin and you're building muscle, you need experts to assist you, or which muscle groups must you build so that you can compete. And those analyzing. You know, when coming to the issues of alcohol, you know, very funny. When I was at Vets, first team players after game, they would have a can or two. Alcohol. Those that were drinking alcohol, you know, white people, then they still do it. There's nothing wrong with alcohol. It's the amount that you consume. That actually will destroy your career. And we know a lot of people. I mean, both coach Gavin Hunt will tell you he would play Lerato Chabangu annually, but he knew he was gonna deliver, etc. So and we've had a lot of those. People, I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but both the late, let's say, and they were in that category.
They'll drink and go to football.
They'll
still give you something.
They'll still give you something, but it's not every player that is exceptional. Some players must just be the two-tellers, as in no beer at all. Etc. But also be coachable. How not important like a sports player to then a value about coachable. If you are coachable, you'll play for very long. Because if you are coachable, if player is short or team is short left back, when I was central midfield, left back, but the coach will tell you, because if you are coachable, they'll tell you why we're playing you at left back, which attribute that we want you to bring there. Then you go and play. Hey, my natural position. No. You had more lovers, Mutlala. He would play everywhere where coach wanted him to play.
Left back, left wing,
he would play. That's why he was always in the first 11 team. Because he was coachable. But if you're not coachable, because you are not coachable.
So Jabuko area go film one for motho gore ka bona ibile e thumile ke bafana ba bantsi ba banyane ba ira di tournament eni ke nso ka ba hanga sona gore ba kone se bona ka re ka itse ba no wela mo silong a sa itse gore ke challenge e kanang kanang ebile lo plan a sa itse le planning gore ke eng so o ka mo thusa ka eng ka gore a kgone go bona picture le ena ka o sana ga etsa expected challenges tse jang.
Yeah, we do coach 7 sports. One of the functions because it's a foundation. So foundation means we're giving back to the community.
Yeah.
So I do have like now, Banana, right?
Yeah.
Lesedi Kamo coacher, he's got his own tournament. Yeah, one pal.
Okay.
And it's growing.
Yes.
And he talks to me as often as he can. When he needs guidance, I provide him with that guidance. I don't see him as a competitor, but I love working with him because we grow together. But and he's also coachable. Mistakes you'll do. We all do mistakes. We all burn our fingers, and you only learn by burning your fingers. But the most important thing is not to look back and say, hey, I feel it. Look forward and say, so for every challenge, there's an opportunity. For every gap, there's an opportunity. So we call it the world of challenge-unities. Because so in event organizing, a winner, loser, it's more about your planning. Planning is very important. Don't overpromise. Some people I've seen over prize money, mara ana sponsor. You can't put prize money with no sponsor.
Yes.
Right? Because if you're going to use the affiliation fees to give us prizes, you need to know how many teams are going to affiliate. And as I said, if one team is at 10 or 30,000 rand, you only have 10,000. Out of that, also the referee. Not only the referee, but about to sang banyaga the meals or whatever, and also patele the team. So out of affiliation fees at 10,000, you can't pay 10,000. You must pay less than that. Then the other money must go to the other things.
Yes.
And when you're looking for a sponsor, I don't know Kupela 500. No. You must cost your project and say, ideally, if I want to give prize money 100,000, then the operation cost is like 60,000. Then other costs, they go another 50. That means you must get sponsorships about 250, 300. So when you go out and say, I'm requesting sponsorship, you must talk big money and don't be shy. I guess you must know your worth. You go out and say, company X, 7 sports or JabJabu7, I'm doing this tournament, prize money X amount. From you, Kubata as a platinum sponsor. If you are a platinum sponsor, it means you cover all my costs at tournament. Get 300,000. If I call second bracket ke bukana, third bracket ke bukana, fourth bracket ke bukana. Unyaka as first, but choose a no
Olekana
mokai.
Yes.
But now you go only one sponsor. You go to multiple sponsors.
Yes.
So that ubanele if for the 2020, at least at the end of the day, you must still balance a project. Yes, and if you have a surplus, there's nothing wrong with surplus. I get a surplus, you can use it for other initiatives. Like you can either donate it back, as Nzaribulela. There's a lot of kids that don't have soccer boots. Some teams, Abana the Bips, Abana. You go and buy those things, and you still accredit, but Baho sponsorile. You acknowledge them.
Or this thing wouldn't happen
without those people.
Yes.
So those are type of things that you must look at. Sports event management is not about making money for yourself. You'll never make money. Ask Denzo wrote a tournament in Naugari, still tell you. You'll never make money.
You're also involved with Madenza?
No, I'm not involved, but
Tell him Madenza.
I'm not involved as part of his committee, but he knows I'm a friend watching after his interest. You know, he'll never go wrong if I'm there. Denzo is a call away. If you need something, say Lauren, nakepalla go se tlafuna. Denzo tsara ashidi bonoro bolela bang le batho ba le tswele pele. Ke ka mkhore berekisana. So, and if kuna ni dilo tse lor ke nida ke fila or madenso wa di tlhoka ka move or ga di maden tournament ba monate wa tlala ke ka mkhore berekisana
ali kutlwetse Mamelodi Pretoria narna le na horat mane ka tsheko ba re ka Jabulani Hlalethwa aka JabJabu7 na ke iwane tsamalena France Tafra avocado Malaudi. It was nice having you Mosho Horatmani. I hope what will learn all the buzz or the bulletin. But we played in Nitanyana. What's happening behind the scenes car JabJabu7. But let him see at least they were feeling tolerant Calavana. They've been wondering Calabaunyag, Mosho. The comments, the everything. Get JabJabu. We managed to find him. Shout out to Matebula. Shout out to JabJabu7. 1 May. What you about to
Sile.
No,
you can say goodbye, sir.
No, thanks for having me. It was really a pleasure. I hope, like Adiwanza May, if it's possible, we can have a podcast on Go Central.
Yes.
That will be nice. Also to feature some of the sponsors that will be there. Etc. We'll really appreciate. But what is very important, on the day, come, you know, it's going to be a family-friendly environment. We're going to have kiddies play area. So, from 10 o'clock, there'll be a place for them to play. They're not going to pay anything, etc. Support our vendors. There'll be vendors there. Not my vendor, not Botafra. Not Bomulauzi. Not Bomulauzi.
Our vendors, but
So Arba supporting. There'll be Buravor stalls. There'll be Baridi Kota, there Rekisiwa. You know, there'll be a lot of food variety.
You'll be spoiled for choice.
You'll be spoiled for choice. And we make sure our vendors do comply from a food acceptability point of view. So rest assured, whoever that will be selling there would inspect them and ensure they sell products of high quality. You know, because your health is our concern. So Arba supporting because that's another way of giving back on the day as 7 Sports JabJabu7. But also if unane khetsana ya dipeu the seeds. So this year we're running a campaign more on the sustainability side, you know, food production. If you've got seeds that you can donate, you can bring a packet of seeds as your donation towards the movement. And we'll share those seeds with variety organizations that are pushing agriculture.
Save the date, 1 May. Please subscribe to Chilling at Home with #Zumadi.